Isle is without a doubt one of the most, if not the most successful map ever released. But what exactly made it such a major hit? In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the reasons why I think Isle was one of the best things to ever happen to Airship Assault. I think one of the biggest deciding factors about what makes Isle so great is just how beautiful the map is. I mean, it just makes me wanna...
Could you please give us your name?
Epic Dino.
Yeah, I came in with the song. Ooh, yeah, I came in with the song. Bitch, I play real.
But no, what I actually mean is that the map is very good looking with the sky blue water and the good contrast with the sand and grass. This is probably one of the best, if not the best looking map in the entire game. They did such a good job of capturing a Pacific Island look with the palm trees and the rock work. This map is genuinely immaculate. It has two weathers to it, regular and rain. I prefer the regular over the rain because I like my maps more clear, but even the rain does a good job of capturing the feeling of being in a tropical storm, especially when you're either on the PT boat or the Acurio. One of the scariest things in this game is not being able to see the Acurio from far away, and then you just see a massive gumbo heading your way. It will definitely have you squinting your eyes. Isle is called Crescent Island because it's sort of a C, but even though it's curved, the map layout on this game mode is very easy to understand, and it feels good to progress in this map, which each and every point there's something new for the defenders and the attackers. On point A, there's machine gun nests and bunkers for the defenders, and the attackers get a cool sequence of crashing on the beach like D-Day. Point B offers anti-aircraft turrets for Valkyrie, and Renmura gets the opportunity to attack with amphibious tanks. Point C gives defenders a bridge to hold while the invaders get tunnels to infiltrate. There's a flag cannon on point D for Valkyrie, and says when Mura captured the barracks, they could spawn proper tanks. On point E, Valkyrie gets quick access to the roof of the hangar, while it gives a chance for Mura to be in close quarters, as all fighting before this point usually happen at long distances. And at point F, Valkyrie gets a ton of turrets, both in the mountain and on top of it, which is pretty sick. And probably the coolest thing that happens on this map, which is a major plot twist for most players. Gremlin is allied with Renmura. Whenever I play this map, this still comes as a huge shock for players. Gremlin comes in to support by dropping 2 tanks for Renmura. You can see that each and every point offers something new for both the attackers and the defenders, having players engage in every point and never having a style moment. Every vehicle in Isle serves a purpose, and none of them feel out of pocket or misplaced. The landing crafts are used for troops to have a reliable way of getting on shore. Both teams' tanks act as moving pillboxes, supporting troops with cover to hide behind. Trucks to transport multiple troops at once. Sidecars for fast mobility around the island. The Curio serves as a gunboat and can deliver mortar bombardments out on the water. The anti-aircraft truck serves as a good defense against aircrafts and personnel alike. Amphibious tanks offer an alternative way to land on the beach or stay afloat in the water. And the Fanar, my personal favorite, serves as a powerful but balanced counter to the Acurio, being able to launch torpedoes and serve as a small gunboat for Valkyrie. There is an incredible selection of vehicles in Isle, and each and every one of them serves a different and unique purpose. Whether you like boats, tanks, motorcycles, Isle has it all. Factions, the thing all Airship Assault players desire. This update absolutely delivered with this one, giving us Renmura, a faction that pairs a lot of similarities to the Japanese. Now, why are factions such a big thing? Well, it's because with new factions come new weapons, new vehicles, as well as cosmetics, which Airship Assault players absolutely love. At the time of this video, Isle is the only way you get seals, which is a Renmura currency to unlock new guns, which gives players a reason to play this map and encourages them to win as Renmura so they can play and experiment with new guns. Also guys, I'm hosting an Airship Assault event where Renmura invades Isle with an airship. Yes, you heard that right, an airship. So if you want to be a part of that, join my Discord. Now, let's get back into the video. There is no map in Airship Assault that's like Isle. It's a one of its kind, and I think that's what makes it so special. Like there's Control, Assault, Ambush, but there's no progressive type map, and I think that's why Isle is so loved and appreciated. It's like a completely different game. Most game modes and maps revolve around airships, but Isle is more on the ground action. The limit on planes I think plays a big role as it encourages players to be infantry and contribute to the team more. Not that planes don't contribute nothing. I actually think they do quite a lot, but it's just as fun as being on the ground as it is on the air. I think you get to interact with more players and strategize ways you can outsmart the enemy. If there's one thing I love about Isle, is that it gives you options. You could be a part of the ground defense, you could be on a torpedo boat dropping mines and launching torpedoes at landing crafts or ships, or you could of course be a pilot patrolling the skies, or flaming infantry as Remura. There are so many things you could be a part of, and all of these things are happening all in the same map, making this so much more cooler. I was talking to a friend of mine, and as we were playing Isle, he pointed out the PT boat as it was fighting the Akirio, and he was just amazed on how so many battles were happening all at once in this map. Surprisingly enough, small updates still roll out for this map. Just a month ago, Airship Store added a small supply crate for Valkyrie, containing 50 points for them to spend on defenses. This is such a simple but effective way of encouraging players to build up a defense. Even small little updates like this help keep Isle refreshed with something new. Just over a year ago, amphibious tanks and torpedo boats were added. Amphibious tanks could be purchased once Remura took B. They were able to float and drive on water, and the torpedo boat served as a counter to the Akirio that Valkyrie desperately needed, as planes seem to just have not been cutting it. Adding 2 new vehicles players can use give us the first real introduction to naval warfare, and all tactics Remura could use with the amphibious tanks. What I'm trying to get at is that even though Isle has been in the game for quite a while now, it still gets updates every now and then. When is the last time you've seen Control get an update? Or Ambush? These maps just don't have it like Isle. If it's a lot of people's favorites, it makes sense that they still update it. The amount of freedom you get in this map is just unmatched, especially compared to game modes like Assault or Ambush, where a lot of the time you're stuck in your own airship or invading another team's. In Zmei Rock, there's a lot of space to move around, but a lot of it just feels unnecessary and empty, like there's no point of it being there. Whereas in Isle, the island is big, but not too big, where you could find action and it's not too small, where it feels like the enemy is right next to you. Isle has that perfect balance of space. I literally cannot ask it for it to be bigger or smaller. It is fine just the way it is. And something important I want to mention is the addition of paths where tanks or other vehicles can pass. This makes tanks arriving on the island easier and less of a hassle to move. It's just a small thing that goes a long way. And something I think a lot of people like about this map is that there's no direct path to the point. You could travel in tunnels, above air, trudge through water, or take a route that's hidden from the enemy sight. There's so many ways to get to the point, it gives players options, instead of going through a predictable route, making survival and success more likely. Another really nice feature about this map is that the game goes on for long enough for you to actually use your points, and there's a variety of things you can buy, both defensively and offensively. And the good thing is, you can place these items almost anywhere across the map. In the game mode Assault, you can only spend your points on sea storms, which is more of an offensive thing. But there's nothing you can buy with points that works in defense. And for game modes like Control, it's always a risk building on the map, as you never know when the enemy might take the point. And even worse, use the things you built against you. That's why I think not many players build on these maps, as there's usually always a shift in battle. So that's going to be my take in Isle. It is my favorite map, so there might be some bias, but I think a lot of people could agree that it's just incredible and takes a completely different turn on the game that players absolutely love. But what do you guys think is the best part about Isle? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you want to see Remura invade Isle with an airship, join my Discord in the description of this video. But anyway, you guys have a good day.